Chat, here we go. It's Mawkzy versus Vatira in a nice best of 7. Mawkzy has been playing well in some recent matches. I would highly recommend checking out Nawis on both Twitch and YouTube. If I remember, I'll try and put his YouTube into the description for this matchup because Mawkzy has been playing some nice matches. He wants to continue doing that, so he's going to play against Vatira. Mawkzy and Vatira in a nice best of 7. Vatira is coming off of 2 wins. His most recent ones matches were when he came over to Dallas for the World Championship. He played against Diaz since he could play on, low ping, but Diaz is honestly quite high ping. And he actually redeemed his teammate Atto, who had lost to Diaz the game before. Vatira was able to take him down 3-1, I believe. And then he played against AJ as he was over here and could play AJ against, could play against AJ in low ping. He was able to take that one as well. Now he's back to EU. The World Championships is over. Can he get the edge over Mawkzy as well? Mawkzy always a different beast when it comes to 1v1. But Vatira has shown that his upper end shows no bounds regardless of what game mode he's playing in. 3s, 2s, 1s. He can compete with the best of the best. And he is indeed competing against the best of the best right now. Yo, Hiranol, thank you for the gifted sub to that one guy. Much appreciated. Oh my goodness. Vacanus is in chat, and so you know what that means. It means prize pool. $200 prize pool. $200 prize from Vacanus, by the way. Sheesh! Mawkzy on the eligible bump. $200 prize to whoever's able to take down the best of 7. W's in the chat for Vacanus as he yet again continues to be a staple of the 1v1 scene. And it is quite the juicer now. Mawkzy getting his first goal. Can't quite get the angle to score a second, although he's going to turn and instantly challenge Vatira, who had an awkward landing. And now he's going to have a tough time in net. Mawkzy chip high. Follow-up. Gets his goal. Going to add $200 to the title. Extra clickbait courtesy of Vacanus. Vatira. Wow, what a defensive play. It looks almost like he's own goaling by tapping it softly back to his goal line, but he actually puts it into a position that he can get back to better than Mawkzy and makes the follow-up save. And not only that, sends it flying across his goal line and into the corner where it bounces out in order to set himself up the other way. Actually, an insane defensive play by Vatira to tie up the game. Vatira on 0 is eventually going to have to separate from the ball. Mawkzy does not want him to be able to separate from the ball and get the midfield boost. Mawkzy took a trip out to go take it because he's thinking he's going to earn himself a free possession. Surely Vatira does not stick around now that they've taken all the boosts on the map. Wrong! He's right there. You can see watching it from Mawkzy's perspective that his camera did not once show the fact that Vatira never left. And he will just double jump for a rare goal on low boost. Vatira now going to carry this ball to the side wall. Gets above it to 50 and now trying to pass to himself and place top left. Doesn't connect. Doesn't get a demo, so the end of that possession. Mawkzy to his favorite position. Vatira knows better than to let him just get a clean look at that flick to the top left. So he pre-jumps it early. Almost got punished on the low 50, but ultimately great defense from Vatira to stop Mawkzy in his favorite position. Now a backflip shot is probably imminent here. Vatira couldn't place it on net though. And now Mawkzy juggling, waiting for when Vatira actually challenges to potentially pop it over him. And ultimately does just that. Pops it high when Vatira does challenge and able to follow it up off the backboard. Vatira kickoff win. Missed slightly on the shot, but the follow-up side flip will tap it in. Mawkzy trying to go to his classic on the wave dash, going for the bump, but he lost the kickoff so heavily that it doesn't really matter. He just kind of almost even pushes Vatira into a better position to get a quick angle at the ball. Mawkzy, little camera check to see what Vatira is doing behind the ball because Vatira was hidden perfectly behind it. I've never seen such a drastic camera pull as that one. Pulling it almost perfectly 90 degrees. But it doesn't end up helping Mawkzy out at all. Vatira intercepts. And then does a good job of playing a bit of keep away as he rushes the ball to the net for a 3-goal lead. Vatira pin off the back wall, and then a nice zap dash off the curve. And should be able to follow this up for a dunk. A little camera toggling to flex here from Vatira, who is smooth in defense so far. And has been able to convert that for multiple goals. Vatira set up off the sidewall after a kickoff win. Has to flip to get back to this one. Does get the reset. Ultimately not much to do with it as he fell too far away. Mawkzy going to attack through the air as well. Vatira, the pre-jump, actually ends up making the save. It was a very passive pre-jump, and I thought he'd get punished, but he gets back down to the ground. Certainly here. Oh my goodness, Vatira, the recoveries are absurd. Every time it seems like he's left open a window that Mawkzy can use to score, Vatira covers it. And he has secured himself a Game 1 win with 22 seconds left to go. But not only that, he secured quite the mental edge, showing that there is never an open net for Mawkzy. No matter what he thinks, Mawkzy will get at least 1 goal for the confidence here as Vatira turns and dives and gets the ball flicked over the top. Mawkzy, a little bump. Actually, scored that goal pretty quick. I don't know if he scored it within 2 seconds, which is the pace he would need to not be out of this Game 1, but Vatira, a very safe kickoff. Early single jump, getting up over the top of the ball and just rotating his car so that it just pins straight down to the ground. Opposite of what he had done on the previous kickoff, which allowed the ball to soar up in the air. He knew he just needed to ground it, and that would be enough time. Vatira going to take game number 1 in a best of 7 for $200, courtesy of Vakinus. A lot of believers in the chat for Mawkzy, or maybe copers if they put their channel points on him, as they're saying he likes to give up 1 game, but he'll be coming back from here. Whereas Vatira has shown no reason to doubt him, as Mawkzy going to chain dash back to net, and it's not going to matter. Vatira with the full field dribble, starting out of his back corner, and 105 km/h finish. Great movement behind the ball to set up that final flip. Almost a pre-flip underneath it. Vatira is currently playing at an insane, I don't want to say peak. Peak is the wrong word. He is playing in a flow state right now, I think it's going to be a better way to put it. That I do not see Mawkzy beating if Vakinus, now I'm putting Vakinus on the field, if Vatira stays in it. I mean, he is just at a level that seems unstoppable. Now, it's hard to stay there for an entire series. If Vatira manages to, it'll be a well-deserved win. But Mawkzy certainly far from giving up. Mawkzy not able to find any solid chance on the first angle. Is going to be able to pop this ball over the top of Vatira and needs a decent play on the ball. Thought maybe he was going to try and get it before it landed on the ground, but this really goes to show how well Vatira has been recovering. That I thought even that might be a scare for Mawkzy. In retrospect, it was quite easy, but Vatira has closed a lot of easy gaps and turned them into saves. Now, Vatira definitely should have had a goal there. Missed on an open chance. And in fact, it's going to be a 2-goal swing. Mawkzy up 3-1. (1v1) RLCS is going to be truly wild. Official 1v1 RLCS on the main channel. What kind of viewership do you think that's getting, guys? I want to be hopeful and say just as much as main RLCS. You know, I could sit here and tell you I wish there was more, but I don't know. It might, it might not be more. And it might also not be the same. Because at the very least, everyone who watches the Rocket League channel is conditioned to expect 3v3. But maybe the first one will be nice and unique. And so it'll get even more viewership. Who knows? $20K average, I think, would still be the highest viewed 1v1. Did Salt Mine, was there like a Salt Mine or Salt Mine Underground? Was that wasn't played on main channel, was it? It was played on Johnny's, but it like had esports button, I think. So it had a button in game bringing people to his stream, I think. Or was that Fusion or something? There was some tournament that had a pretty high viewership, like pretty insane viewership. And I think that was why. But presumably this one will have esports button and it'll be on the main channel, so 13,000 Rawas Zen. That might be the biggest show match ever, but I want to say there's been tournaments that he had even higher viewership for 1v1. Vatira, nice ground play. Showing he has it all. More interesting than normal Rocket League. I mean, I think for those of us here, you'll find a lot of people who share the same opinion. But something tells me this chat could be slightly biased to 1v1. This might not be the perfect representation of all Rocket League fans. Mawkzy faking like he's taking up the side wall before switching the field. Vatira is still able to cover that and break him up from getting an easy chance on net. Mawkzy going to get registered with a shot for clearing that ball across Vatira's net, but I don't really feel like it ever had a chance. Mawkzy reset. Vatira backflip, cannot save it. Mawkzy up 6-3. So the people in chat who were believing in their Mawkzy prediction have looked correct so far in game number 2. Ooh, Mawkzy, a little zap dash in to collect boost and surprise Vatira. If we watch it from Vatira POV, he actually had his camera pulled down watching Mawkzy, but I think he just wasn't expecting that level of speed that Mawkzy was able to get using the dash. Mawkzy flick to top shelf. Vatira makes the save. Follow up. Not in for Mawkzy. Vatira going to try and just power it low across the whole field. Actually does force a pretty tough save out of Mawkzy. Now a touch to the ceiling. Even though Vatira doesn't put it on target, he'll just go for the reset into the opposite corner and the boost grab. Keep his defender starved. The only problem with this play is that it did not cut across the net with him. The ball stayed in this corner, which allows Mawkzy to basically wait out the reset, get a better position, and get the 100 boost, as opposed to the back and forth type action you see often in ones where you continue to starve them out. Vatira, though, playing well out of defense to keep himself in this game. A minute left to go. 3-goal lead going to be tough. Mawkzy, a guy known to try and play his lead and be more than willing to play keep away to frustrate his opponent. Vatira can prevent that by winning 3 straight kickoffs in order to try and bring back the deficit, but it doesn't seem like he's necessarily won this one, and Mawkzy will be able to tap it away. I don't think that Vatira is wrong for kind of picking up this boost and thinking about an instant challenge, because he kind of needs to take the ball away with time to spare. this ball into the ceiling. I'm actually even surprised Vatira didn't take a risk there, but he decides it's worth a couple more seconds. He knew Mawkzy was panicking and that he'd still be able to get his goal relatively quickly. Vatira fake kickoff. Has to take this aerial play, I would think. And he will try and do exactly that. A bit too strong of a touch and didn't get the boost steal. That's probably the game right there. I think you need that boost steal to close out this game. Especially with the way Mawkzy likes to play. So he's just going to cut back and forth laterally with this dribble. Making no real effort at the nets. Just wants to hold on to possession for the final moments. And he has wasted enough time officially. Game number 2 going to go to Mawkzy. Vatira had an insane flow state type win. Oh, what a save from Vatira. Not allowing Mawkzy the punctuation goal. He'll stop it. And it'll hit ground with a 3-goal lead. 1-1 in a best of 7. $200 as the prize, courtesy of Vakinus. Game number 3. Mawkzy and Vatira. Vatira going to have a back corner dribble to open up this game. He'll take it to ceiling height where Mawkzy will be able to intercept. Vatira demo does not connect. And thought he maybe chased Mawkzy off the ball long enough to get a shot, but Mawkzy returns to the play. Vatira low flick denied and had the right idea, I think. Ooh, this pinch. Oh my goodness, Mawkzy launched it across the field. We saw him do this in a previous show match. 99km/h pinch all the way from his own back corner. And it's just going to take one bounce a little bit short of the net on its way in. Mawkzy clearly has been labbing those pinches and has it in his bag. So if you are ever a bit awkward in his half and slow to recover, he might just send it the length of the field with one simple touch. Vatira going to fake Mawkzy into the air. Tie up the game. They may as well just have every game mode at RLCS. I mean, maybe they're moving towards that. Maybe we'll see some 2v2 as well. I mean, 2v2 is the most popular ranked game mode. You'd think they'd add it at some point. I think the big thing is that as far as team esports go, 3 is like the smallest team there is. What other team esports are only 3? So I think Rocket League was, looking for a team esport, and so they picked, their biggest player game mode. Apex is also 3. Brawl Stars, Fortnite. Okay, I'm just wrong. WoW. Yeah, okay, I take it all back. But I think are there any 2s? Maybe that's a better question. Because even though 2s is the most popular game mode to play in ranked, I don't know if there's many duo esports. Fortnite duos. Okay, all right, you get it. Well, you're maybe okay. Let's have 2s. Okay, you beat me. Is that what you want to hear? I want 2s as well. Give us 1s, 2s, 3s. Give us it all. All you're doing is proving my point. I've decided by listing a bunch of great esports that also have 1, 2, or 3 people. You gonna compete? Are you new around here? Mawkzy booming a long shots top shelf. Vatira playing on 0 boost. Just gonna pop the ball up and actually gonna bump Mawkzy to get the goal. He's had a couple cheeky 0 boost goals. Watching 2s is no fun. It's just a 1v2 all game long. I would disagree. When I've watched high level 2s, it's been pretty interesting. Vatira able to score off kickoff. Mawkzy tried to be careful as it went in front of his net, but he could not get the full clear. Vatira also just getting close to make sure Mawkzy feels like he has to make a play on the ball and can't just wait it out. because he knows there's no way he gets a solid touch. And Vatira actually finding a close angle. He'll make it 4-2. Mawkzy with a kickoff win. That has been a bit of a rarity. It seems like Vatira has had the advantage there, which is always a bit surprising. You'd think the guy who's playing as much 1v1 as Mawkzy does is going to kickoffs way more often than anybody else in the game. But I'm not sure the level of quality practice Mawkzy gets against, you know, other top-tier 1v1ers. This shot is going to be a bit of a nothing burger, but it'll be exactly what is needed to score. I want to go watch from Moxie's perspective, as he was maybe expecting a little bit more of a touch. Vatira instead just pulls back off of it and lets the ball fall in. And that's the benefit of making sure your air dribble is already on target. Then you can really threaten two options, kind of set up the air dribble to that far post, but inside the net, and then get the reset to threaten the opposite side of the net. You have two clear options on where to go. Defenders have to pick, and you can get away with just doing nothing to score. Vatira is hitting back right now in game number 3 after losing game 2. And showing that he's got some flick game. Maybe doesn't do it exactly like Mawkzy does, but converts for a goal all the same. Vatira trying to hit a pinch back. Can he get it off the post and in? That would be even crazier, and it was actually decently close to doing that. It is possible to go that full field, find the sweet spot on the corner to pinch and drop in, but Vatira just barely missing that. Vatira now playing through the air. Seemed like he was maybe thinking about a pogo there for a second, the way he landed. Ultimately, just a really awkward landing that he gets away with because Mawkzy was playing so passively. Air dribble bump turns into a demo on the ground as Mawkzy attempts to make up what was a 4-goal deficit. Now 3-goal with 58 seconds left to go. What do you guess the prize will be for all CS 1v1? Not the whole 700,000 they added? Probably not. Wow, that would be a lot. 1v1 you dish out to a single player, but man, it would be sick to have a humongous prize pool. I mean, maybe the 700,000 spread out all over, you know, the different regions and stuff, but I think that would still be quite a lot. Mawkzy is still in this one. A demo, and now he's within 2. Probably 5 million for 1v1 and 0 for 3s. It's going to be somewhere between that. Up to 50,000 for first place. Yeah, that'd be so wild. Like the land match, how much money is going to be on the line for the land match? I'll be honest, I barely even think Mawkzy has a great chance here. Another goal. Now he's got 23 seconds to get one more. I don't even think about the prize money when I'm watching 3s, even though it is a lot of prize money and probably should think about it, but I feel like it's going to be even clearer how much money's on the line when it's only one person. And you look at the prize money and know that's going all to just the winner. So something like 50,000 is just, would be insane. Mawkzy, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Oh, he just barely missed, but the follow-up is in. 6-6. Vatira had a huge lead in this game. And Mawkzy has been making the comeback actually out of the blue half. It's not that he's been winning kickoffs, you know, directly into Vatira's net or anything. He's been getting possessions started from his own back wall and converting them. Vatira, big delay on the kickoff as a way to try and stop the bleeding. Hopefully, he's at least going to get overtime. He maybe wants a chance at not going to overtime, but Mawkzy's going to bump him out of the way. It is no overtime. Vatira does not even get overtime in this game when he was up 6-2 with just about a minute left to go. Mawkzy slams him into the side wall and has a wide open net to shoot on. Game number 3 going to go to Mawkzy. Game number 4. It seemed like Vatira was taking a lead in the series, but Mawkzy never gave up. We started chatting a little bit about RLCS 1v1 in the future that's in store for us. at least a little bit with the sense that, you know, the game had been won, and yet there was Mawkzy bringing it all the way back. We didn't even need overtime. And he will have a 2-1 lead as Vatira tries to do his best to now what feels like win 5 games. You know, it almost feels like that first win, or that second win, I should say, doesn't count. He's got to go get 4 more. Vatira. Air dribble reset. Intercepted before anything can come of it. Mawkzy wanted to sneak it in on that right post. Vatira shows the recoveries again. Gets back in time. These two have been challenging each other early. Mawkzy's had enough of Vatira getting to attack through the air. So he's been closing that distance and meeting him around ceiling heights. It's worked out well. Into a 2-0 lead. Does the $200 donation buy pants grab? Chat, I famously can't be bought. Everybody knows it's a democracy for which emotes go in. Mawkzy waiting out his possession. Vatira going to back out all the way to the goal. Oh my goodness, what was that? And how did the Vatira save it? What was that shot? Someone check him PC. I don't understand. And then how did Vatira save it as well? Oh my goodness. Vatira somehow, some way, only down 2. Out of boost again, though. Mawkzy's done a good job starving him out. And to be fair, Vatira's done a pretty decent job of scoring on 0. It's not only is it really tough, it's also really risky to attempt to score on 0 on the goal line. And yet, Vatira has done it many times, although I think he was pretty low boost towards that end of the last comeback. He was staying in the blue half without much, and that's how Mawkzy was countering. Vatira, pretty clean steal, not quite enough to get an angle on the nets. Mawkzy recognizing he needs to go pick up his boost before Vatira takes it. And now has a ton of space. Mawkzy at the ceiling, gonna bail on it. Decided it was gonna be too hard to turn it into a shot, and he's better off just letting it land in the corner where he can still control it. Ooh. Watching it from Vatira's perspective, you know he was hoping to get that high enough to make it a save, but Mawkzy is going to score to make it 3-0. Pretty close, but nothing yet for Vatira in game number 4. Vatira fakes the air dribble, goes to the ground. The low 50 will be what gets him on the board. Mawkzy, did he just single jump over this delay? I want to say it was Vatira delaying. He loves his delays. Mawkzy, I wonder if he knew that was coming and intentionally went for maybe a higher single jump through the top of the ball in order to win that second 50 after the touch. Normally you'll see players go almost for a really low on the ball center of gravity touch so they can get back down to the ground quickly to dash, but Mawkzy having the right counter to that delay. Mirrored wave dash kickoff this time. Mawkzy, what a setup off the corner. It seemed like he was going to try and do it in the air without landing down, but ultimately does land down, and Vatira wants to go next. He's had enough of this game. 6-1. Mawkzy on the verge of a W and becoming $200 richer in this best of 7 against Vatira. Game 5. $200 on the line. Vatira needing to win 3 straight against Mawkzy. If he wants to take him down. Mawkzy has found his rhythm. Some people in the chat said Mawkzy lets his opponent get one and then he turns it on. And I thought to them, sure, whatever you say. But yet again, maybe it looks like chat knows what they're talking about. Although Mawkzy really had to steal that game 3. This is a great reset. We just watched Dr. Gnome versus Nush. Dr. Gnome was doing a great job of this as well. Just complete kill 50s that bring the ball straight to the ground. In the process, Mawkzy gets a reset that he can use to dash. And will take the lead again. Fright Killer, thank you for the tier 1 for 3 months. Vatira has been trying to go for the fakes on these air dribbles a couple times. To decent success in his defense. This time, though, Mawkzy has that read. And you never want to let Mawkzy get to a ball carry too often. Vatira's actually done a decent job of not letting him get there. Mawkzy's been playing the counterattack game well. Vatira, recognizing a lost possession when he sees one, will just take a power shot off the bounce to tie the game. Mawkzy zap dash off the kickoff to recover. An intentional save into the crossbar and not into the corner that he knows Vatira is going to steal his boost from. He doesn't want to just let him have the ball right back. It's a bit of a risk, but it pays off heavy as he now has control. And his flick is a bit soft. Vatira with the musty clear and actually cut Mawkzy off that boost. Which, even though that's not going to prevent Mawkzy from getting 100, it's important because it allows Vatira to have boost to at least match him. And what a pre-flip from Mawkzy. Dodges the demo, pre-flips out to the ball, and gets the finish. Mawkzy can see whether he's moving his camera or not that Vatira is coming to get him with that ball cam. He did mess with it a little bit, though. Mawkzy backflip, double. Not able to find the angle. Vatira on a dribble. I think Mawkzy's going to be challenging. Well, actually, he really can't challenge early. He's challenged early every time that he was able to. Oh my goodness, Vatira. Perfection on the dribble. It was close to not being, though, as it almost bounced its way out. Vatira has the reset, doubles it off the crossbar, and it does fall in to tie the game. Vatira, diagonal kickoff, faked to control in the back corner to set up another opportunity through the air. Doesn't convert on this one. Nice save. You could see that boost from Vatira after he makes a save, immediately using as much boost as possible to pull himself out of the net. Make sure he lands clean on the back wall. So important. It's the reason why he's out here on offense now. But again, he's used up all his boost. Found himself on the back line of Mawkzy, and he hasn't really been able to consistently survive from these positions, whether he needs to save a little bit more or go a little bit less all in. Mawkzy tapping this one over the top. I think it's another situation where the demo is mostly something that happened after the ball was already on its way in. I think Vatira could have saved that and gotten demoed. Vatira controlling touch into a dribble. Worried about a challenge. Flicks it to the moon. And now is going to be forced to play defense. Mawkzy ahead of the ball on the air dribble. Finds his way back to it. Not the best play. Can Vatira convert? You should be able to. That, 9 times out of 10, that mistaken of an air dribble should become a goal for the opponent, and it will this time. How did Mawkzy survive that? Was Vatira not full speed? Vatira very intentionally going for a demo, but I guessed at not supersonic? Oh, no, he went ahead of him. He just missed him. He got hit by Mawkzy. Vatira aggressively into the corner for a 50. Mawkzy exploding out of his own half again. Mawkzy has done well to play from the back line. Vatira struggling to take possession away from him, even though he clearly wants to. Does not want to wait for the game to come to him. For good reason. You don't want Mawkzy to have that kind of control. But it seems like there's been so many situations that Vatira is just out of boost. And Mawkzy is too good not to convert once he has those advantages. Now he's up in the air playing against only a couple pads from Vatira, but he will bail out of his air dribble. Now Vatira with 26 does get this out ahead of Mawkzy. Lands on top of him, but ahead of him. And gets himself a goal. 40 seconds. Vatira needs a good kickoff here to make it easy on himself. It's possible even without a kickoff win, but it's much more likely if he can get first possession. Big delay will give him exactly that. It's a kickoff into the corner. Can he clutch it up in the air? He's going to go to ceiling height. Mawkzy off the back wall, floating awkwardly. Vatira doesn't shoot until the follow-up. Wants a 50. Mawkzy keeps it out. The pinch on the post is not in. The backflip will finish it. Oh my goodness. The half flips from both of them were pretty darn good to try and finish it. Mawkzy needed a half flip in order to get the save. And they're fairly clean, but Vatira's is slightly ahead. And it will be a tie game with 24 seconds left to go. Another kickoff. Crucial for Vatira, who feels like pressure is on him. Dodges the Mawkzy bump attempt and will not dodge the second one. He was trying to save on his 18 boost. Zap dash shot. Pre-flip from Vatira makes the save. Mawkzy put it on the corner that Vatira could get to, but that pop-up will give Mawkzy the lead and probably the series, assuming that Vatira doesn't get a quick kickoff goal. Vatira has been a bit readable. He's loved his delays in these moments. This time he will not delay, as he knows Mawkzy's been able to stop that, but Mawkzy is the one who gets the ball on target, and Mawkzy actually keeps it up, but it will hit the ground. GG's, the 4-1 for Mawkzy, as he makes himself just a bit richer, courtesy of the $200 from Vacanus.